Now, it's my great pleasure to say to you that since 2010, the Crawford Fund has been seeking to honour its, to recognise people who have made a very real and worthwhile contribution to international agricultural research. And we have a Crawford Fund medal that we award every year. This year the medal's been awarded to internationally renowned agricultural scientist, educator and collaborator, Hackett Professor of Agriculture and Director, the UWA Institute of Agriculture at the University of Western Australia, Kadambot Siddique. Kadambot, would you come up, please? The citation, before I hand it over, is in recognition of more than 35 years of eminent service in agricultural research, teaching and management in Australia and overseas, especially in the context of international agricultural research for development, and your outstanding contribution in the fields of crop physiology, production, agronomy, farming systems, genetic resources, breeding research in cereal, grain, legumes and oilseed crops. You can take great pride in thinking that there are people out there with full bellies who are doing much better in life than they might otherwise have done for the work of people like you, but in this case, particularly you. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
I think we're... do you have the photos you need? That's after, all right? Okay. That was a great privilege to be able to do that, and I now invite Kadambot to say a few words, and you'll probably want to hold that up when we do the photographic bit, and you'll be very relieved to know I can get out of the way.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Honourable John Anderson, Chair, the Crawford Fund, and the former Deputy Prime Minister, I've been a great fan of you. And still. Mr. Sean Coffey, the Chief Executive Officer, the Crawford Fund, distinguished guests, esteemed colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, I'm deeply honoured to receive the 2024 Crawford Fund Medal. This recognition reflects not only a personal milestone, but the vital role of international collaboration in advancing agricultural science and food security. It also recognizes the legacy of Sir John Crawford and the Crawford Fund's leadership in supporting the impactful agricultural research, development, more importantly, capacity building, particularly in our region. Thank you to the Crawford Fund, Sean Coffey, Kathy Reid, WA Committee Chair Dr. Mark Sweetingham, Emeritus Professor Lynn Abbott, and the board members and all those involved in selecting me for this medal. It was a great surprise when Sean and Mark contacted me early this year. Normally, it is pretty hard to keep any secret from me because I have a network of people everywhere. So this was a total surprise. I thought it was a joke. I would like to congratulate the previous recipients of the Crawford Fund Medal. Some of them are here today, including Dr. Tony Fischer, Emeritus Professor Kim Anderson, I just met him a couple of minutes ago, Dr. T.J. Higgins, Dr. Brian Keating, Professor Lindsay Falvey, again an eminent personality, Dr. Bob Clements, he could not make it today because he has a funeral today, Dr. Merrill Williams, Professor Robin Alders, Emeritus Professor Bob Wilkes, another West Australian, and Professor Lester Burgess, and Dr. John Skiller. My journey in agricultural research education began over 4 decades ago driven by a simple but powerful mission to improve food and nutritional security through science, technology, and capacity building. From the state of Kerala in South India, the Indian Agriculture Research Institute in New Delhi, to ICADA in Syria, that's when ICADA just started. I was a junior scientist there. The University of Western Australia, where I did my PhD. The Western Australian grain belt, Tony is here. The farmers whom I worked, and the smallholder farmers in Asia, particularly in India, China, and Timor-Leste, and many other countries in Asia. The Middle East, especially in the war-torn country in Iraq, some success stories there. Africa, now a large project, again funded by the Australian Centre for International Agriculture Research. ACIR is the jewel in the crown of DFAT. I told that former Prime Minister, and he said, oh, that's quite an important thing. It is a soft power diplomacy. I had the privilege to work alongside committed scientists, students, farmers. It was great to see one of my former students, Dr. Marcel Gusmao, I think he's in the audience. So Tony Fischer and I was in Timor-Leste in 2005, where we went to the National University to interview Marcel. Marcel came and did a PhD with me at the University of Western Australia. He rose to became the Deputy Dean of the faculty, and he's doing a great job. Again, thanks to John Allwright Fellowship Program of ACIR. Since 1999, I have served on the Crawford WA committee. I had the privilege to lead various projects funded by ACIR, CGIAR, GRDC, COGO, Australian Research Council, United Nations FAO, working in the areas of agronomy, crop physiology, farming systems, genetic resource, and breeding of various crops. The most important thing I cherish is mentoring the numerous PhD students. Mr. Chair, completed 60 PhDs so far, and numerous postdoctoral fellows, including number of fellows supported by the Crawford Fund over the years. But the most important thing, many of them are now advancing agriculture in their own countries, and this is the most rewarding experience to date. And we already heard from Honorable Chair and last night's dinner speaker, climate change, resource limitations, evolving geopolitical landscape, which is really frightening me, means that global food and nutritional security continues to be some of our most pressing challenges. However, they also present significant opportunities for Australia. If we commit to investing in science, technology, and support our farmers, building capacity, and promote the free exchange of knowledge across the borders, an average Australian farmer produces enough food to feed 150 people at home and 450 people overseas. Not a bad effort. But that's not where Australia is famous. Australia is famous for capacity building, our universities, our CSIRO, our Department of Primary Industries. I think we could do more. So finally, I sincerely thank the Crawford Fund, my colleagues at the University of Western Australia, my students, collaborators, so many, my family, especially my wife, Almas, she's taking my photo, and the children for their unwavering support. But I want to dedicate this medal to my late parents. They did all for me. Thank you. May God bless you all.
Kadambot, thank you for revealing something of your deep humanity to us. So we're touched as well as impressed. Thank you.